Ever wondered why the universe is so finely tuned for life? It's a question that has puzzled thinkers, scientists, and philosophers for centuries. In our quest for answers, we've stumbled upon a concept that suggests a designing intelligence behind this grand architecture of existence. This concept is known as intelligent design, or ID for short. Intelligent design proposes that the universe's intricate details and the complexity of biological life are not the products of random happenstance, but rather the result of a purposeful design. It's like looking at a watch and knowing that its precise mechanics and functionality couldn't have been formed by mere chance. In the same way, proponents of intelligent design argue that the universe's fine-tuning, from the laws of physics to the conditions necessary for life, are too calculated to be a cosmic roll of the dice. Consider the gravity that keeps us grounded on Earth, or the exact distance our planet is from the sun, just right to sustain life. Think about the complexity of a single cell, a marvel of microarchitecture, performing functions crucial to the existence of life. These are just a few examples of the fine-tuning that intelligent design advocates point to. The proponents of intelligent design argue that these factors, the fine-tuning of the universe and the complexity of biological life, point towards a designing intelligence. They often cite the apparent improbability of conditions necessary for life arising by chance. According to them, the precision of these conditions suggests the work of a grand architect, a designer who has carefully crafted the universe to allow for our existence. However, it's important to note that this concept is not without its critics. The scientific community generally views intelligent design as outside the realm of science, primarily because it doesn't provide a framework for making predictions or conducting experiments. Science relies on evidence and testable hypotheses, and at this point, intelligent design doesn't quite fit the bill. So, the proponents of intelligent design see a grand architect behind the universe's design. But what does science say? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating debate in our next scene. Science seeks evidence and testable hypotheses. Where does intelligent design fit in? In the world of science, empirical evidence and testable hypotheses are the cornerstones. The concept of intelligent design, or ID, is seen by many in the scientific community as outside of this realm. Why? It's simple. ID doesn't provide a framework for making predictions or conducting experiments, two fundamental aspects of the scientific method. Imagine it like this. You're a detective trying to solve a mystery. But instead of having a clear set of clues that you can follow and test, all you have is a theory. That theory might be compelling, even intriguing, but without a way to test it or make predictions based on it, you're left at a standstill. That's the predicament science faces with intelligent design. Now, proponents of ID argue that there's a designing intelligence behind the universe's fine-tuning and biological complexity. They often point to the apparent improbability of conditions necessary for life arising purely by chance as evidence of this design. But without a way to test these ideas or make predictions based on them, science struggles to give credence to these arguments. Instead, the scientific community generally supports evolution as the mechanism for the diversity of life on Earth. Evolution, unlike ID, provides a robust framework for making predictions and conducting experiments. It's a theory that has withstood rigorous testing and scrutiny and continues to do so. Evolution explains how life adapts and changes over time through a process known as natural selection. It's like nature's way of trial and error. Those organisms best suited to their environment survive and reproduce, passing on their advantageous traits to the next generation. Over millions of years, this process has led to the diverse array of life we see today. So, while intelligent design proposes a grand designer behind the universe's complexities, the scientific community finds more evidence supporting evolution as the mechanism for life's diversity. Remember, in science, it's not about what we want to believe, but about what the evidence shows us. Life is full of suffering and hardship. How do we reconcile this with the concept of a benevolent designer? This is a question that has puzzled humanity for centuries. Proponents of intelligent design might argue that the existence of suffering seems incompatible with a benevolent designer. Why would a caring architect create a world fraught with pain and hardship? However, it's important to understand that science, unlike philosophy or theology, isn't equipped to answer why questions about suffering. Science can explain how natural phenomena occur, but it cannot delve into the reasons behind their occurrence. From an evolutionary standpoint, suffering may have served a purpose. It could have acted as a warning signal, prompting our ancestors to avoid dangers or seek help. Imagine a primitive man touching a flame and experiencing pain. This experience of suffering teaches him not to touch fire again, thereby protecting him from harm. In this way, suffering could have been an essential part of our survival. But what about today? In our contemporary world, much of our suffering doesn't stem from immediate physical threats. Instead, it arises from social and environmental factors. The loss of a loved one, the stress of a job, the inequalities of society. These are sources of modern suffering that were largely irrelevant to our ancestors. So, where does this leave us? On one hand, we have the intelligent design perspective, which struggles to reconcile suffering with a benevolent designer. On the other hand, we have the scientific perspective, which explains suffering as an evolutionary mechanism but doesn't provide a moral or philosophical reason for its existence. Suffering is a part of life, but both intelligent design and science offer different perspectives on its existence. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. But perhaps in understanding these perspectives, we can gain a deeper comprehension of our human experience and find ways to navigate the trials and tribulations of life. Humans have shown remarkable resilience in the face of hardship. What does science tell us about this? The beauty of being human lies in our remarkable ability to adapt, to be resilient. We are wired to survive, to thrive, to overcome adversity, and science has a lot to say about this. Consider, for instance, the concept of psychological resilience. This is our ability to mentally or emotionally cope with a crisis or return to pre-crisis status quickly. Studies have shown that this resilience isn't just inborn, it can be developed. We can train ourselves to be more resilient, to bounce back from setbacks with greater ease. Then there's post-traumatic growth. It's a term coined by psychologists to describe the positive psychological change experienced as a result of adversity and other challenges. It's about finding a silver lining, about growing stronger and wiser from our trials and tribulations. Science also tells us about the power of social support and resilience. We are social creatures. We thrive on connection. Our relationships can provide us with the emotional sustenance, the strength, the courage to face the hardest of times. They can be a lifeline in the midst of our struggles. There's also the fascinating field of neuroplasticity, which refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This means our brains are not fixed, they can change and adapt, just as we can. It's a testament to our inherent capacity for resilience. And let's not forget the role of positive emotions in resilience. Research has shown that positive emotions can help us rebound from stress, cope with hardship, and be more resilient. So resilience isn't just about overcoming hardship. It's about learning, growing, finding meaning in difficult situations. It's about harnessing our innate capacities, our relationships, our positive emotions to not just survive, but to thrive, to flourish. Resilience isn't just about overcoming hardship, it's about learning, growing, and finding meaning in difficult situations. How can we foster a positive outlook and make better decisions in life? In our quest for happiness and fulfillment, it's essential to foster a positive outlook. One way to achieve this is by focusing on gratitude. Regardless of our circumstances, there's always something to be thankful for. Embrace the simple joys, the unexpected blessings, and the beauty in everyday moments. This shift in perspective can turn an ordinary day into a celebration of life's gifts. Another perspective is to view challenges not as stumbling blocks, but stepping stones towards growth and learning. Every hardship carries with it the seeds of wisdom and resilience. So, when faced with difficulties, don't just ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What can I learn from this?" This approach transforms adversity into a catalyst for personal development. Now, let's shift gears and talk about decision-making. Life is a continuous stream of choices, and each decision shapes our journey. One approach to making better decisions is considering all options and potential consequences before acting. It's like looking at a roadmap before embarking on a trip. By understanding the terrain, you can choose the best path forward. Another vital aspect of decision-making is seeking diverse viewpoints. We all have biases that can cloud our judgment. By actively seeking different perspectives, we can overcome confirmation bias and make more informed decisions. This approach fosters open-mindedness and enhances our understanding of the world around us. Finally, remember to learn from past experiences and mistakes. Our past is a rich source of lessons that can guide our future decisions. Don't dwell on past mistakes, but leverage them as learning opportunities. Remember, maintaining a positive outlook is a journey, not a destination. By incorporating these ideas, we can navigate life's challenges with greater resilience and hope. So keep embracing gratitude, viewing challenges as opportunities, considering all options, seeking diverse viewpoints, and learning from past experiences. This is not just about surviving, but thriving in the grand adventure that is life.